Hi guys, it's been rather chilly in the last few days and we got some spell of rain here and there, and last night we actually had a really good rain coming down for probably an hour or 45 minutes, which is long here, but it poured. So the garden is now in active blooming, everything's coming up. Fruits are starting to get to a point where the birds are being attracted, so we gotta start picking them. And this week we'll give you an update on the garden, update on the ginger beer, and a few other things. So stay tuned, and as usual, please subscribe and like the videos, and also start sharing it with your friends and family if you think they will enjoy it. See you in a minute. This is our small cherry tree, and you can just see by the color that all the fruits are, quite red. Not as deep red as we like it. So this dwarf cherry tree is probably running a little bit behind the other one. I'll show you in a minute, maybe by 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So we will not harvest this guy, and we've covered it as best as we can because the birds get to it. But if we pan here, you will see the other cherry tree. Actually, there's 3 trees here all grouped together, and this is really coming up strong. You can see the fruit is really deep red and fantastic. And actually we have a few holes in the net, so it's getting some of the birds in there, but overall it's not too bad. So yeah, this is, look at that, it's fantastic. Oh, look at these guys, they're actually outside, so I'm gonna pick one with my broken arm. I just have to hold it gently and pull if I can. Well, okay. I would say for my liking it's about 50% sweetness, so it needs more time to ripen, but definitely great, and I'm sure the bears will get these because they're outside the net. Wow, the loganberries look awesome. Got lots coming up. I'm gonna pick a few to have with my cereal breakfast. Okay, so let's ask Katrina what she's doing today. Hi,
Hello.
can you tell us what you're doing today?
Today is finally the day we can plant out. So I'm starting off with the flowers. So we've got some zinnias here that I'm going to put along the front. And then after I planted all the flowers out, then I'm going to start on the vegetables.
All right.
So we need to look for a good place for the dill that
All right. So
really
this is
needs to be planted out.
So what do we have here? That's a deal.
That's dill. And then these are more zinnias.
More zinnias and these two, right?
Yeah, both of them are the same.
So this is the front garden,
Yeah.
and so
we're
that's
just
the street
go
level.
between the roses.
All right,
So
that's
while I'm
cool.
doing it, I'm weeding as well.
You're doing weeding while you're planting.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So it'll take me a little while,
All right.
and then I shall move on to the vegetables.
Okay, there's no rush. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So here, Katrina has found a gap, which is probably about, I don't know, 2.5 feet wide and 3 feet long. So she's planting more stuff here. What are you planting here, Trent?
Well, we still had a small patch of a small lot of dill left.
Oh,
so
some more dill.
yeah, so I thought I'd try some here.
Okay, what else do you have here?
I've got one lettuce, and then I have the Swiss chard, which is going to go into the big vegetable patch over.
Alright, so what are you putting actually in this bed?
This one is just going to be the dill. It's filling a hole in the flower bed. And
yeah, so we're basically, I mean, I don't know if some of you guys are familiar with the agricultural techniques. I've been studying a little bit of it while we've had this coronavirus downtime, and basically planting mixed species, you know, basically flowers. We have flowers there, we have an apple tree here, as you can see, and then we're gonna have herbs here. So this mixed species planting is part of the permaculture kind of practices, and what it does, it just promotes, in one way promotes more regenerative, you know, growth and building the soil, because each species takes away and adds different things to the soil, so it's complementary. But also they attract different bugs, and this is how you kind of balance the bugs or slugs or whatever else that comes to eat your stuff. So if you have mixed species, they balance each other. So that's part of the whole thought process. Of course, there's a lot of guidelines and some science behind it. So this is, of course, very loosely put together, but it basically adheres to the same principle. Just like here, we have the loganberry bush very close to the apple trees. So we have, you know, trees, which you could say is agroforestry, and you have bushes, and then you have vegetables. So in one very close area, we have, you know, an abundance of mixed species all going together, rather than the monoculture, where you just plant one thing, a lot of one thing. Here you see a lot of different things, small patches of a lot of different things. So that's a little bit of an update on what I've learned on YouTube and various studies. This is our kind of our main, you can say, green vegetable section of the garden. You can see the bok choy here, and we've got spinach here, going here, more bok choys, and right behind them you can see the pink color. So those are the Swiss chard. We have them every night. And right behind the Swiss chard there is lettuce that we just pick with leaf by leaf, so it just keep regenerating. That's really good. And behind them is just the sea of cabbages. So Chris likes cabbage, and anything left over we will probably preserve it. And then over there we have the beets, and we have carrots behind them, and then the last row is the row of onions. I think the last night's rain just brought everything back to life, so everything looks nice and crisp. In the back here we already have some signs of baby zucchinis coming up. You can see the famous leaves, which are edible, and you can actually stuff them with various things, cheese and ricotta cheese and other things. And a couple of baby zucchinis, which if it was me, I would pick some of those at early stages. I might actually do that and eat it, just a cucumber. Okay, so Katrina is now on this side of the bed, and looks like that first line is going to be a Swiss chard line. That's the line I showed you earlier. We have a lot more Swiss chard in the greenhouse with all the seedlings waiting. So that's going to be the first line.
okay, this morning I planted a Swiss chard along these 2 rows, and then I ran out of plants, so then I filled in with bok choy, which I carried on to the end, and then we had a lot more bok choy, so then I put it into a bed behind you, which we will go and see in just a minute.
So we got the row next to the line.
Yeah.
Those are What are those?
Swiss chard, yes.
Okay. And then the rest are bok choy.
Yes.
Okay. And you put the rest of the bok choy where?
Over in the bed.
Okay. So we have a few more beds in the corner here. Oh wow. Okay.
So this is now planted.
Great. So this is a raised bed. And this is going to be, it's almost half of it, maybe slightly more than half of it is in bok choy. Fantastic. Good job, we like that. And what do you have here?
Marrows.
These are marrows?
Yeah, we got 3
okay.
marrows, and then in the little nets,
In the nets?
in the wire containers, they are asparagus, but they never came up, so...
Asparagus, that's
yeah,
interesting.
so hopefully next spring we'll get asparagus.
Okay. Alright, so let me see for this season. And are you going to plant anything on here?
Yes, anything that I have left over,
So
will go in this bed.
This is a catch-all
Yeah.
for the rest of it. Okay.
And then
still got some space.
we still got more bok choy to go out. We're just waiting for it to grow on.
Oh, okay, so you still got more seedlings. So this whole bed most likely will be bok choy.
Yeah, it will be.
All right. Great. These are the 5 bottles of ginger beer from last week that we made. If you remember, we didn't use any additional yeast, so we were just using the natural yeast in the skin, the bark of the ginger. We've been keeping these in a reasonably warm storage place. So we're just gonna let the air out and see how much fizz we get. So let's try that. Okay, that was a good fizz. I hope you heard that. Oh yeah, that's good. All right. That's a good sign. So these bottles are just water bottles, like mineral water and spring water and various waters that we buy just for our own consumption. So we're just reusing these bottles. There's nothing special about it. Just keep them clean. It looks like there's a good amount of gas build up, which is a good sign. And why don't we try some? Let's try a little bit. Oh, it does fizz up. So there's definitely a fizz in there. Go ahead, you try it. How's that?
It's not as sweet as the other one that we made, the
It's
first
not as
one.
sweet as the first one,
No.
which is good because I thought that it was too sweet. So let me try it. My left hand is not fully operational. Okay, so I just tasted it and frankly, I like this better than the first batch. I found the first batch was first of all too sweet, maybe almost too fruity. Maybe had too much lemon in it. This is what I would normally associate this taste to ginger beer. So actually it tastes really good, and I can taste some alcohol in it. So I think we're off to a good start, and we'll just continue watch how this batch works out. And I just received a wonderful gift, birthday gift related to fermentation, which we will unveil soon. I was hoping to do it today, but we ran out of time, and that will open up a whole new set of opportunities for us. I'm really excited to share that with you and give you the story behind that, and make some wonderful fermented drinks with it. This is life at a slow pace. Who said breaking your arm can be a bad thing?